most Instagrammable club. There's more photos in Ocean, twice as much as any club in the world.
You never stand still.
I got a phone call from a guy called Bill, an estate agent. Went to meet him, what the fuck? It was exactly what I saw in my vision. I think it's the busiest bar in the world ever.
People want to be around you.
That's all happened by accident, really.
Did you have any actual problems opening the place?
We were literally days away from going under, like we can't do this anymore.
The recipe to your success. Welcome back, guys, to Freedomimpact Trust. It's AJ and Curtis here, and we've got somebody very special. He's a very, very dear friend to myself and to AJ as well. We met during a TV program, and ever since then, we have gel connected, and we're best mates now. It's the one and only Wayne Liniker. How you doing, Wayne?
How you doing? Thank you for having me.
Yeah. No, thank you very much. Like, I think you need to explain that relationship a bit more, Curtis. You were like literally locked down together. It wasn't a normal scenario.
No, it was in the middle of it was perfect, really, because it was in the middle of lockdown, and got invited on the Celebs Go Day TV show, and we didn't know who was in the house or anything, so it was.
We didn't know how it was even going to be filmed or anything. This one, because normally it's filmed like you're just out and about.
But I thought
London.
this has got to be better than sitting in your at home.
This was the thing when we couldn't touch anybody, we couldn't speak to anybody. We all had to be isolated and everything. And then for us to actually go into a £30 million mansion, get to know each other, have some fun, make a load of friends, it was the best thing possible.
Best time,
for my mental health, for everything, it was genuinely.
And still my biggest memory are your dance moves.
Yeah. Yes. Every time I come and see you now, I always have to bust out a dance move or two to bring back the memories. But I love that way. And that was the first time we actually met, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was it, doing that program.
We didn't know each other before, did we?
We just gelled. It connected really well, actually.
But I think the one thing with them kind of in-bed TV shows, when you're with somebody 24/7.
You have no choice because you're stuck together.
Most of the stuff that you actually find most interesting is the thing that will never make air. When you're just talking, sat down, you get to know the people like for who they are, not the kind of on-camera like the scenes where sit down
think that
and
was
say
it.
this.
The bunch of people in the house were just being ourselves, weren't we? And I think that's that's the reason I went on the show, because at that time I was getting a bit of stick for this, that, and the other, and so I thought, I'm going to go. I'll let them see me, and, And we just acted normal mates in the house, and
that's why I loved you, Wayne. You had a heart of gold.
Yeah, thank you.
You genuinely were one of the nicest people I'd ever met, and you've done so much in your life and everything, so much business, so much this and that. And I think that's why we gelled and connected really easily. Yeah. And let's be honest, we just had a bit of fun, didn't we? It was a lovely time. To be able to just have some fun now.
Yeah, so, I think before we go into, because there's so many business questions we want to ask you, kind of the way you fundamentally built up this empire, this following, this kind of brand that is so well known. But I want to know a bit more about your childhood. Like what makes you, what makes you tick? Because the more research we did, I don't know anything. It's a clean slate.
Well,
people see one side of you, don't they? And really there is a whole nother business element to your charity.
I mean, everyone starts somewhere in their journey, don't they? I mean, my journey started on the fruit and veg markets.
Oh, how was that?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a family business over 100 years. It was from my great-grandfather to my grandfather to my dad, and then to me. Yeah. So it was sort of handed down as the generations went through the generations. But yeah, I was 10 years old, working weekends on the markets. My dad, and every Saturday I used to go and do a full 14-hour day on the market. And then
not many 10-year-olds are doing that.
No, but the time I was 14, I spoke to my dad. I said, I want to leave school. I want to come work with you on the markets. And so we had that discussion. And back then it wasn't the crime it is now to leave school at 14. There was a few people doing it. And so I think it was probably the best decision I've ever made.
What was the reason, Wayne? Money reasons? You just wanted to be a businessman? You wanted to?
I just didn't feel that my path was up for me. My head was already laid out for me, and that was to go on the fruit and veg markets, because they were thriving then. Everybody used to go to the town centre for the fruit and veg. There was no superstores.
How much was the fruit and veg? How much did it cost back then, Wayne?
Well, it's £2 a banana, it's 20. Come on.
Yeah, I love it.
Let me weigh them melons up for you, darling.
And, inflation's changed everything now.
yeah, I mean, obviously prices then we were talking about 1977. I was full time on the markets.
Yeah.
I was 14, 15, yeah. And so I never took any exams at all. I didn't feel that it was right for me. I just wanted to get my business career started. And then I started thinking about going on my own when I was 16. I said to my dad, I want to get my own stalls and this, that, and the other. So he helped me.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad was
Was he not against that at all? Like to
No,
work?
because it was at a time in his career, in his journey on the markets, that he wanted to sort of enjoy himself a bit more. And so he let me run everything. And so certain days of the week he'd say, look, you can have these stalls these days and blah, blah, blah. Because Leicester Market was the biggest permanent market in Europe. It's a big one. And it was thriving. It was so busy, hustle, bustle. And because there was no supermarkets then. None, just corner shops. So everyone used to go to the city centre for their fruit and veg. And on Fridays and Saturdays it was so busy. It's and then over the years, this supermarket started opening up. And your one-stop shops, and which hit the market bad, like over a year really. They all started popping up, your Tesco's, your Sainsbury's, and
did you notice business starting to drop?
And they obviously sold all fruit and veg because you couldn't get it anywhere else then before. So it hit us hard, and then I thought, we're struggling here. This is no future in this market. I need to do something else. And then by this time I was 24, 25. And at that time, my brother Gary was absolutely on fire. He was captain of England, he was scoring goals for fun, he won the Golden Boot in the World Cup, and so I thought, I need to do something. What do I want to do? And at that time, my wife at the time, Dwayne and Sean's mum, parents lived in Tenerife. We used to visit them a lot. I thought, I'd love to live here. And I thought, what can I do?
That first insight to the sun.
Yeah. I'd love to live there. And I thought, I'd love to open a bar. And I thought to myself, what can I need to use my second name because it's mine as well. I thought, I know, I'll open a bar and I'll call it Linikers. And that's exactly what happened. And I said to my dad, I said, I'm going to move to Tenerife. I'm selling everything up, and sold my house. And he was upset. I don't think I've ever seen him cry.
It's a big move there.
He's like,
big move.
Because we did everything together, me and my dad, we were always together.
And you've literally just said to him, see you later.
So you've literally just said that you're selling up, you're going, you are 100%. There's no other options. You've put your heart and soul and mind into this is going to work.
And I've told this story a couple of times, but about 3 months before I left, I'd now sold my house. I've got everything together. I'm 40 grand in the bank, and I thought, I'm gonna go and do my thing.
I'm gonna do this. Yeah. I'm going.
And I was going to a cafe. This was on the last few weeks of my market days. I was going to a cafe. I'd already got my mind in. I got what I wanted to do in my head. And I was going to this cafe to get my breakfast. I was getting a sausage and tomato cob with brown sauce on. Cob, they call them in Leicester.
Yeah.
And halfway there, I'm going through the clothes section. I was stopped on my tracks like that. And I saw this vision, I saw it. It's clear as daylight, like I'm looking at you now. I saw this big, this bar with 3 round windows in it. And inside the bar was all these pictures of footballers on the walls, and I could see a guy behind the microphone behind the bar. And I go like, wow, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Anyway, I forgot about it, and I made my move to Tenerife, and I couldn't find anywhere. I was there for weeks and 2 months, and I phoned my dad and I said, I think I made a mistake. I think I've got to come back.
Were you really worried at this point? I'm thinking, I've just sold everything.
I can't find anything,
I've only got a certain amount
of money. Now I'm running out of money, and I thought, oh my God, I made the biggest mistake of my life. And he's like, no, you stick it out now, son. Something will come up. Just keep going, keep going.
I love that.
And funny, the next day, I got a phone call from a guy called Bill, the estate agent. I remember my vision was these 3 round windows. Yeah. He said, "All right, Wayne, this is Bill. I hear you're looking for a bar." I said, "Yeah." He said, "I've got one in the Patch." Because there's 2 places I wanted to be, either the Patch or Veronica's. I said, "Okay, cool." I got me seat at Ibiza, funny enough. I went to meet him, and he's a big guy, glasses. I said, "What you got for me?" He said, "I've got this one here. Captain's Cabin, it was called. 3 round windows." I'm like, what the fuck? It was exactly what I saw in my vision. I'm not joking. It was clear as daylight.
That's crazy.
Same
That
thing.
is, yeah.
Yeah, the weirdest thing ever in my life.
That actually is.
And it had 3 round windows. And I'm going, "I love it." He said, "You're not seeing it?" I said, "I don't need to." I said, "Well, let's go and have a look anyway." And there it was, yeah, exactly as I saw, the same size as my vision. And and I opened it and it just went mad. Went crazy from day one. And then 12 months later, I moved to a bigger premises in a place called Starco, which is opposite Veronica's. But Tenerife then was just so busy.
Yeah.
It was before all the EasyJet flights and all that. So it was, which has changed a lot. It's great for Ibiza. Short haul destinations, Mallorca and places like that. Whereas in them days, you had to really properly arrange your holidays and stuff like that. You used to go for 2 weeks, not a weekend.
So true. That is so much different this day.
It's so different.
It's more
so
weekend
different.
getaways now and everything.
It's weekend getaways.
So seeing that trends, even coming from the fruit market, being like, okay, this is working now. This is great.
Yeah.
Going to opening a bar and you kind of see that, okay, wow, this is amazing. Do you instantly think, okay, are you the sort of person meant it's like, okay, I've onto a winner here. How do I expand this? How do I franchise it out? How do I develop? Like, as you said, you grew immediately.
Yeah.
Year 1, year 2, you got bigger premises straight away.
Yeah, we went. So year 2 we moved to a bigger premises, and I saw a lot of things wrong in the industry that I thought, well, we need to change. People, it was very aggressive back then. The security and I thought. So people were coming into the bars, getting pissed, getting on the seats, getting thrown out.
Yeah.
Like it's literally slung in the streets for it. I'm thinking, how can you go and take all their money, get them pissed,
not let them have fun
and not let them have fun, and then kick them out?
Yeah.
Well, that's not right. But everyone was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'll turn that around. I'll let them do what they want. So everyone started coming in and dancing on the tables and on the chairs, and everyone's like, the people were just talking about it around this because no social media then.
Yeah, word of mouth is your power.
All people were talking about around the swimming pools was Linikers, and it was ridiculously busy. It's the busiest. I think it's the busiest bar in the world ever per square meter per day.
Oh wow!
365 days a year. Just absolutely rammed.
Congratulations!
It was absolutely rammed, and everyone was having the best time, because they could do what they want.
Yeah,
within reason, obviously. And
but that extra freedom really does. It's the new, and everybody wants to be involved with that new, and it makes them feel like they're in power, they're in control, and it's their night out, and that's what works, and that's what made that work for you. And
then, like you say, we got this winning formula, and we took it everywhere. We took it to first, second bar was Gran Canaria, and then to Ayia Napa. We took it to. Obviously Marbella, which is still going.
But you're always thinking sunnier climates rather than be like, actually, this works and this can work in the UK. Was that a sort of, or you think this is your territory?
Yeah, I almost opened one in Leicester Square, but I just thought it's not quite right.
I'm in central location.
Yeah, but it's it's all about sunshine, people in t-shirts and bottles of beer. And it's just
the mentality fits in them scenarios.
In tourist resorts, it's the perfect brand for tourist resorts. So I didn't want to delve into something that might change the brand, and I enjoyed it. I was going from just opening new bars and it just progressed from there really. And then,
I'm jumping a bit here though, Wayne. Actually, you just mentioned like in London. Would you now in the future, let's say, look for somewhere in London maybe?
Would that ever be an option? Not with the Linikers brand.
No.
Excuse me. Yeah, no, not really. I mean,
but it's always in your head, maybe with something else that maybe bring into London.
But we've found I mean, obviously, Ocean Beach now is just a phenomenon.
Yeah,
and, you know, we're obviously be expanding that brand and taking it to different countries.
Yeah.
Whereas Liniker's has sort of fizzled out a little bit now. It's been 34 years ago. We opened 34 years ago.
It's a long time. It's gone good.
Yeah, and we've still got the one in Tenerife and Marbella and Ibiza. And
so how many Linikers actually are there?
well, I got up to 11 once. There was 11 at one point.
I never realised. Wow. Yeah.
But over the years, they've sort of, because the bar industry's changed a lot, because there was no like daytime parties back then.
Yeah.
You know, so it's all the bars got all the what I call sober money.
Yeah.
When people turn up, they're ready to go, ready to party. So
We'll buy 10 shots.
the sober money goes to all the beach clubs now and all the daytime venues, and because there was nothing back then. Everyone used to meet in the bars, get pissed in the bars, and then go to the clubs. So now, the bar industry took a hit. Really, it's not like it was. I mean, it's still okay. It's still good fun, but you don't have the hours. You don't have the long hours of people drinking.
It seems like every time you the way you speak, like you can kind of hear the gap in the market's here. The fundamentally the flow of money each time is going to a different area. You can be like, okay, well, if they go into the bars in the evening, well, wouldn't they go to they're on holiday? Wouldn't they go to the bars in the morning? Like, how can I capitalize on their kind of that opportunity?
I mean, where are they going to most spend money? And that's when we're going to open a club.
Let's take a moment to thank our sponsor, FINT.
Do you fancy investing without the faff? Well, then head over to the FINT website now and register your interest.
Kurt, back to the pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously at that time the bars were killing it, and all these daytime venues started popping up here, there, and everywhere, you know. And then I sat with Tony Truman, because me and Tony opened Linikers in Ibiza, 2008, and it was thriving. It was fantastic because there was no daytime venues then. And then he said to me, "We need to open a beach club."
Yeah.
We need to open a beach club. And I went, "Yeah, we do." And we were just chatting for ages about it and what we'd do, and then we went to, and then a few weeks later, he called me and said, I've found a venue.
Did you always know it was going to be Ibiza?
That's where we wanted it to be.
That's where you wanted it. So,
Tony's been there for years, and I'd been there for, at that point, 4 years.
Yeah.
Because of Linikers. And then we found the venue. He called me, said, "Found it, let's have a look." So I went, oh my God. I remember standing at the top there, like, this is perfect. And
What was it beforehand?
It was a Spanish family owned it. It was a wedding venue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But they're at their end of their career. And
they were sort of...
they were ready for retirement. Yeah. It was perfect timing. And we got the venue. And then I thought, it's not big enough. Because at that time, it was only 2/3 of what it is now.
Okay.
And I said, I remember having a conversation with Tony. I said, "We need that restaurant next door." So he inquired about that, and he went, "It's the same family owned it. We're going to get that." So they did a deal on them both. And then, so now we've got the wedding venue and the restaurant. And we're like, and then when it was all knocked down, we thought, fucking hell, it's too big.
Yeah. That's a lot of open space.
It was like a football pitch.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God. But by the time you...
And at this point, were the bars kind of funding this kind of dream that's kind of happening in front of your eyes? Like you were reinvesting that capital again and again.
Yeah. Obviously, my son Dwayne was involved, and Tony, and there's 5 of us in the business, and we're doing everything together.
All a couple of investors together, Francis and that, and boom.
So we just do everything together now, and but yeah, it was so big, like, oh God. But anyway, when we designed it, and by the time you got your kitchens in there and your offices and your toilets, and blah blah blah. And it's the perfect size. It really
Suddenly
is.
the space starts to get filled, and you can see it rather than just the panic at the beginning.
I'll tell you,
and
from
then
experience, that place gets full.
And at that time, it was financially draining, trying to get it open on time, and then we were running late. And
did you have any actual problems opening the place, or was it sort of smooth sailing? Was it?
Yeah, I mean, it was tight financially tight for us. We had a big, it was a bigger operation than we thought. That went way over budget.
Yeah, ends up being the case, doesn't it, sometimes.
But we stuck through it, and we were literally days away from going under. Like, we can't do this anymore. We're gonna, the banks are on a case, and but we got through it, and then just been fantastic ever since. Got off to a great start. I look back at the venue now and think, oh, it's changed so much. But we've obviously added certain things every year, and
it's the way that venues run, though. That is.
But you speak about word of mouth, and like obviously the way that the gap in the market, obviously social media's taken over a lot now. Did that really help for you personally? Okay,
social media.
I'm opening a place now. Like Liniker's bar is one side. Okay, word of mouth from them sort of people. They were like, okay, Liniker's bar. Now I've got Ocean Beach. Like, were you directly funneling them sort of people? Like, oh, you've been on holiday this year. Maybe next year, this is the destination you need to book. Like, how did you deal with that?
It was just, at the time, social media was pretty much fresh,
Yeah. Because you were at the start of that real era.
And, we owe such a lot to social media.
Yeah.
It's the most Instagrammable club. There's more photos in the ocean than twice as much as any club in the world.
Yes,
every single day.
You owe a lot to social media, Wayne, but if the club wasn't the way it looked,
exactly
and it didn't have the entertainment system that it had, social media wouldn't be able to use it because it wouldn't have anything.
The one thing that
it is still down to you.
I see from yourself and the club and the way it develops, you never stand still. You always adapt and evolve, i.e. social media, making sure that everything, each wall is visual, like the way that you produce the kind of like the actual visuals of the dancers, the crane coming in with everything. You never stand still. You're like, how can we make it better? And that's what I appreciate seeing each time.
It's an immersive experience for everyone there, genuinely. If it's someone's birthday, you bring them up. You just make people feel like they're welcome and wanted. And you really, really do.
It's just a magic formula, Ocean. I say a lot. You can go there, 10 of you on a bed, and by the time you leave, you've got 50, 60, 70 new friends. Everyone's sociable. You're talking to each other all day, and the guys are after the girls are after the guys, the girls are in bikinis, the guys are, it's just beautiful.
And you've got great food as well there.
Great food, great music.
Do you think that's the secret?
The production's a big part of what we do.
The production's outstanding.
The production's mental.
But do you think all these add-ons
progressed over the years as well?
Because Curtis came back from Ibiza one day and missed Ed Sheeran. Do you think?
Oh my God!
I'm sorry, I had to drop you in it. But do you think that's why these kind of global superstars, Ed Sheeran, like Conor McGregor, that they walk into them places and actually they're having as much fun as everybody else is?
Oh yeah.
And do you think that's the secret? Because everybody that goes there has the same mentality. Yeah. It feels warm and welcome.
That's exactly what it is. It's everyone's happy. They're in the sunshine.
Yes, they are.
They're on holiday. They're having a beautiful time, surrounded by beautiful people. There's never hardly ever any fights in Ocean.
I've never really seen one out of every time I've ever been. It's everyone is just in the right frame of mind.
Yeah, it's just a great formula, and
Would you? Where's Ocean Beach's future? Where are you wanting it to go, Wayne?
Yeah, well, we are obviously expanding to Dubai. And which we're very excited about. Should be opening in October.
Because
finally.
If you can take that formula and put it into another location, I like it with Linikers.
I mean, we've been trying with Dubai for years. We actually did get a venue a few years ago, and it all fell through. Then COVID came, and which was a terrible time, and it took us a long time to find the right venue. But now we've got one that we feel is even better than the original one we were after. So
what's the
It's on the JBR Walk.
Yeah,
it's just a beautiful spot. Yeah.
You say, I'm Wayne. I want a venue. How do you go about that? How does that process work? Because it's not exactly we're putting a little cafe in somewhere. You're putting in something that's going to be a destination. That's going to be you're saying to the world.
Well, I can't take credit for that. I'll give that credit to my son and Tony really, because they sort of, and Maxie, they sort of get the venues found.
Yeah.
And, I don't really do a lot, to be honest, anymore. I just go and turn up, have a few pictures and have a good time. Very fortunate. And Dwayne's my son is he's the hub of the machine that is Ocean, really. Yeah.
Okay, you've been.
I've met Dwayne, haven't I?
You know Dwayne.
Yeah,
Of course
I've met Dwayne a couple of times. Yeah.
You've been very open there, and this was a question we spoke about in the car before we got here. People, maybe in the past it would be more possible. I feel like now it's more towards the impossible side. You can't do everything yourself.
No.
How do you find working with what are your family now, even if they're your friends, they are your family.
Yeah,
they've been there the whole of your life. How do you kind of find working with them and putting your trust in other people?
Yeah, I mean, I've been.
Or would you rather do it on your own?
No, I couldn't do it. I mean, obviously, I've had partnerships in the past that have gone wrong, and over the years, you learn to put your trust in the right people. I've had a partner in Linikers for most of the 34 years, about 30 years. It's Paul Bocott, Bo, I call him. He's been amazing, and I trust my life in him.
Yeah.
And I could trust my life in the partners.
You are literally trusting your name.
Yeah,
it's your name's there.
Yeah, and they're trusting me as well. So, but obviously having my son being the main reason that Ocean works, back end wise. Which is huge.
Yeah,
it's enormous. That operation alone. We've got great general manager in place, George McBlain. He's been with us for years. Dwayne's best friend from childhood. Since they were 3 years old.
Oh wow!
Which is a beautiful story.
It is, because sometimes they say don't get into business with friends or family. Sometimes.
Yeah. What's your opinion on this, Curtis? I'll ask you this because I always personally think getting into business with friends and family, I think is the best thing ever.
It is,
personally.
I think why people say don't do it.
It depends what your out kind of end goal is. Are you there to screw somebody over, or are you there to make people better and financially better off?
I think the problem is when they say don't sometimes go with friends and family is because, let's say, you can tend to get a bit more heated with friends and family, so therefore it can cause more arguments, and sometimes it can end up in the friendship being broken, which then ends up in the business sometimes being broken. And I think this is an element of what some people think.
I tend to agree with AJ, really.
I think it's a good thing.
I think it's a great thing.
Because your family know they are there for you, and friends as well, hopefully if they're true friends, are there for you as well.
Yeah.
Plus, if it's worth me putting my time and energy into, like people say it's not like we're going and stacking shelves at Tesco. It's not a 9-to-5 job. It consumes your life. So if I'm going to put passion into something and energy, like I want it to be with somebody that we're all going to succeed as one. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, for example, the only time my business has failed or it's all gone wrong is when I've gone into business with a stranger. Not a stranger, but someone that I don't really know.
Yeah. You don't know how they work, what their actual real intentions are.
So, I'm all for it, mate.
Have you ever had an actual situation where you've invested in something and you've actually lost quite a bit of money because of that? Yeah.
Which is I won't talk about it.
Fine.
It's but it hit me hard.
Yeah.
But I put trust in someone that I didn't know, and it completely ripped me off.
And what was your learning curve from that? Like, because I think the most important thing is, like, we've all been through different things in our life at different times, but I always find, like, I'm somebody who always tries to find positive in everything, even when sometimes you're like,
me too,
I can't find a positive in this situation because something's really gone wrong. But there's always something that you feel like you can get from it. Yeah,
I mean, I want to enjoy my partner as well, my business partner. I want to have fun with them, I'm the furthest thing away from corporate there is. I'm just one of the boys want to have a laugh.
But the thing is, a business needs that sometimes.
Sometimes,
a business is too corporate. It takes away the love, takes away the actual the feeling, emotion.
It's finding the right balance, really.
Yeah.
Which my partners bring the corporate side of into it, and I'm just me. I'm just there.
That's what sort of works well with us. AJ's more corporate.
But I think it works. Yeah.
more freelance.
So you probably don't have to worry about this. Yeah, freelance. That's probably not the thing you should be saying on camera. That's for sure. Kurt. I'll get your working hours.
No,
we can increase them.
I'm freelance. I'm definitely not freelance. Well,
that's not what the contract says anyway. But obviously, within your side, you probably don't have to do this as much. But how do you hire the right person? Because I find like this is something that I ask a lot of people that we speak to, business people on every aspect. I find hiring somebody is the hardest task ever.
Hiring someone fresh,
yeah.
I mean, we tend to promote people within they've come and started working for us, and we sort of bring them up the ladder.
Yeah.
Oh, do you like to keep people in the family then and really grow them
like
in yourself?
Management and stuff like that. They'll start as a normal waiter, for example, and then progress, and we see them. We see potential in someone, then we'll bring them into management, and then eventually sometimes partners in businesses, and
So if somebody wants to come and now, I was going to say audition or ask for a job with you, what do they need to do? What do they need to do to come and actually?
So what job do they want, Kurt? So give me a bit more information.
Ocean Beach. Then.
They want to be a waiter at Ocean Beach.
Well, they want to be involved in Ocean Beach and then progress their way up the ranking.
Yeah, well, they can do that with Ocean. Well, with all our businesses, we're always looking for, fresh talent, ideas, people, that think outside the box a little bit. And, so we don't really tend to go in for people that are already at the top of their tree in the management game or whatever. We like to build them up for the ranks. And,
but I always find this within like large companies. Say if you're investing into companies on themselves, it's always you obviously usually look at the C-suite. So who's the CEO, who's a COO. But I always like to look at a step kind of before that, being like, did they actually grow the company to that position, or did they arrive at the company when it was already at that position? Because it's two very different mentalities. Like, are you somebody that's kind of seen it grow and worked hard, or are you somebody that's actually you're coasting, you're improving margins, but you actually haven't been there for the true pain at the beginning of the growth?
Well,
are you a grower or just a maintainer?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, like I say, it's nice as well because you're taking a journey with them, and they're taking a journey with you, and you've got I'll go back to George, for example. I used to manage Linikers, and I used to work in Linikers. And then he got put into management in Linikers, and then from Linikers he then got the general manager Ocean job, and them stories are beautiful because we are like you say, like family, and instead of employing someone fresh off the streets or that's worked for another company for years and years, which we do now and again, but we prefer really. Well, I like it when they come up through the ranks.
I feel like Kurt's auditioning for a job. Kurt, give us a quick idea then of how Wayne could make more money from, let's take one business, Ocean Beach, because it's the most iconic.
You could create party planning for all corporate venues and events and call it the O Party for Business. And therefore, then what you can do is you can have sort of an Ocean Beach vibe, but you can have it in the big conference halls all around London, all around the globe and everything. And you're really bringing in that whole element of Ibiza party to corporate venues.
What would you do with how would you get the swimming pool in the venue?
Small paddling pool, Wayne.
Okay.
But yeah, sounds good. We'll talk later.
It sounds good.
That's a cracking idea off the top of the head, wasn't it?
It sounds good, Kurt, but I feel like there's a lot of problems. I'm going to go for something quicker and more...
and then you name the drinks. For example, if it's an event for me, it's a Long Island iced tea.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Okay.
A Linecolada.
A Wayne Liniker. Linecolada, wasn't it?
Okay, I'll go for something quicker.
Tom Zanetti come out with that one.
Yeah.
Merchandise, straightforward, actual
AJ.
merchandise that is specifically annual. So you'd have an artist that does say 2024 and then 2025. So you'd have your, like, obviously the funniest thing was when I left Ocean Beach, first thing they would check my bags. I was like, I quite clearly don't have a giant bottle of vodka, and it was for the cup. It was for the cups, wasn't it? And obviously they sell for £7 a cup. But imagine if each cup had the year on it. So people, rather than just buying one, they bought them as collectibles, and they actually had them as each year. So rather than having a customers being like, I've got one now. No, I need to buy one every single year.
I like this.
So therefore, you get your repeat customer, you increase your margins on that side, and now you can have it be like, okay, I've got my Ocean Cup from Ibiza, I've got my Ocean Cup from Dubai.
Have you got a
and therefore
2019 Ocean Beach Cup?
Have you got that limited edition?
And then you can show it.
Or limited edition.
Because everybody loves a limited edition T-shirt or something. So therefore, you can have 1,000 just in that. So therefore, that's a guaranteed profit margin, easy to do, and you shift them online. It's e-commerce, sell them worldwide.
You sell your standard ones and you sell your premium ones, which you can only get that year. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I think I win the audition.
That's a good idea. That
I'm glad I never signed the NDA.
Yeah.
NDA.
Hey, you take it. I'll take some free drinks. I'm happy.
Well, our corporate
great
businesses parties that we plan, we can sell them then.
I
Yeah.
might start implementing that.
But honestly, it's something that's guaranteed. You've got the audience, you've got the PR, you've got the reach. Like all you have to do is take a local artist from the area. So Dubai, there'll be a local artist. Ibiza, there's loads of artists. Like it makes sense. It works. Like
I like it.
But
yeah, I'll take 1%. I'm happy.
You could link
Very
that
low
to
fee.
charity, because I want to actually talk to
We
you
need to talk about charity. Yeah.
about charity work, Wayne. Like, I don't know, and I don't think people do realize the amount of charity work you genuinely do. And I think you even do so much off the books as well, like bringing people to, for example, O Beach, and you give them the experience that they don't normally have and they can't normally have. There's loads that you do, and there's loads of people I've met around you. Is there a charity that you're working close with at the minute?
I do a lot of raising awareness for Down syndrome.
Yeah.
That's been my thing really since I got approached once by a lady called Lynn Rowe. She had a 2-year-old boy who was Down syndrome. It's Down syndrome, and he had leukemia as well, and he was in a blessing tubes coming out of him. And she's like, "Is there anything you can do?" And she'd also got 2 other children, both special needs, all adopted. So, and Ben was adopted as well.
Wow.
I thought, whoa, what an amazing woman, you know.
So it's a true superhero.
Yeah. So this is like, I don't know, 15 years ago. Oh, more than that. Ben's 21 now, so 19 years ago. And I thought, I mean, I wasn't the name I was. I don't like saying it, but I wasn't as well known as I am now.
Yeah.
But I still had a lot of connections, and Liniker's was on fire back in them days.
But that's what makes it important.
And I still knew a lot of celebrities. So I thought, I'll do a concert for him in London. So we did this. So we actually did 2. We did one, because I said, what do you actually need? She went, we can't go on holiday. He can't go on holiday because his immune system's so low.
Yeah.
And with him having leukemia, it's very dangerous for him to go into public spaces. So I said, okay, let's get him a static caravan so he can travel and go on holidays.
It's cracking
idea.
Yeah.
So I arranged this concert, and I got all celebrities to come to just perform one song on stage, and it was a lot of work. You know, I didn't realise what I was getting myself into, but it was fantastic. You know, we had like 1,000 people come, and even my daughter Tia sang a song, Amy Winehouse song, on stage, and the band came out on stage. Everyone was cheering, and we raised enough money to get him a brand spanking new static caravan, and they still use it to this day. They go away 2-3 times a year in it, and they still have it now.
That's actually the definition of changing someone's life.
Yeah,
because they are still using it.
And it does feed your soul. You know, it gave me this great feeling, you know, that I could actually help people. And then that progressed to the Victoria Bowman, the lady with Down syndrome that comes to Ocean. Her sister contacted me, said,
I believe I've met her.
Yeah, Vic.
I have, haven't I? Yeah.
She's hilarious.
Yeah.
She's hilarious, but she's always so happy.
Yeah.
Happy. And but her sister wrote to me on Instagram. She went, my sister's got Down syndrome and she wants to come to Ocean, but she's scared that she won't fit in.
To be in the environment. Yeah.
And at the time, it was about a few weeks before we open. So I said, I'll tell you, I'll open, bring her and all your friends, fly over, and I'll open Ocean Beach a day early for you. So I got to do it. And so there's about, I don't know, 6-7
They had the official test run.
So I got all the staff there. I got all the receptionists, gave them some champagne on arrival. It's the day before we opened.
Yeah.
I got the DJ come, play some songs, and it was a beautiful moment. And she had the best time. We were in there for like 3 or 4 hours, and then she couldn't wait to come back. So, but now she's fine because she understands that, you know. But I think that changed her life a lot because she's now confident and she, you know, and everyone loves her. You know, she's great. She walks through the venue now on my arm,
and that's actually that's one of the things you actually managed to give people around Ocean, which I don't know any other place that does that. You bring people like this to Ocean Beats.
Yeah.
You spend time with them. And then you make
the time is so much more valuable than everything else.
And then because you've spent time with them, everybody else in that club then knows that they are connected to you, and then they get treated so well around the club as well. And it really is something different in other places.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very fortunate to be in that position to be able to give someone that.
But so many people that are fortunate don't
do it.
Yeah, they don't. No, they don't.
Just because you're fortunate doesn't mean you have to do it, and it's the fact that you do it.
But it's not. It's something that I enjoy for myself.
Yeah.
You know, so I call it feed your soul.
Yeah.
You know?
So really, you're just being selfish, Wayne. Selfish in the most unselfish way possible.
Do you know what? It's a funny way you say that, but like, when you do charity, it is selfish. It makes you feel good. Like, you wouldn't do it if it doesn't.
Yeah.
Minus the half marathon we ran. Like, I maybe don't feel so good right now. My leg is broken, but I feel good for running for Mind Charity. Mind Charity kept me going mile 12 when I needed a lot more help sugar.
I just think it's important to give back. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how fortunate I am. My life is just ridiculous. You know. But I'm not one of them people that can just sit back and give it. You know.
Yeah.
It's just not me. But so I enjoy giving people a chance to have a great day.
Would you ever consider actually, like the work that you do, actually invite people? Your time and energy is so amazing. Would you ever do like a foundation with O Beach, like its own little like
good idea?
Yeah,
like even with the merchandise.
We do a lot. We do a lot of stuff for local
Yeah.
RB for charities. We already work.
Take my commission off the merchandise, put that into a charity foundation. That'd make me happy.
Okay, there you go.
We could do that one.
But yeah, we do a lot of work, and we've also built kitchens in Africa and blah blah and stuff like that. O Beach kitchens.
You say it's so casual, but it's so important.
Can you just elaborate on that? Because I actually didn't know that at all. So.
Yeah, we through Kai, he's always got. He has an event company in Ibiza, and he does a lot of work in Africa.
Yeah.
And so I went over there once, and I bought a family a house. I mean, it's only like $2,000 for a 3-bedroom house, but they lived in this mad mud hut.
Yeah.
And I went over there with Kai and to meet the family.
Yeah.
And like, it's just
an eye-opener.
The maddest thing, you know. And to see how happy they were that I bought them this house, it was just such a buzz.
Yeah, again, life-changing.
And then me and Kai went to, they couldn't communicate with all the other people because there's no internet or anything like that over there. So they all listen to radios. And so they never had, so we went to the shop and bought them a radio, like £2. They were crying their eyes out, man. Like it was like, I think this is just mad. But it's so nice. So then that progressed to my son doing some stuff for them, and then Ocean building a kitchen and paying for it, and so they've got a nice clean kitchen with running water. And so and
I love that. That's really cool.
Involved in the school there as well. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Talking about kitchens, now you got literally next to it, haven't you? Got the restaurant as well. Like in Ibiza, like your business is expanding.
Yeah.
Like
Cheeky One and
was it
Cheeky?
No,
Bambuku.
Bambuku's next to Ocean. Yeah, that's a beach club. That's more of a family vibe. It's nice.
Does your brain just keep thinking, actually, that's a nice location across the road? That's another one.
Food sells.
Do you know what it was with Bambuku? It was a case of us taking it or someone else. So we thought we need to get that before someone else takes it. Yeah. Anyway, we got that, and then we opened Cheeky One, which is the Asian fusion restaurant, which I've been with you.
I'm not just saying this because Wayne's here.
Is it good? I love Asian.
Genuinely, I love Asian food. It's unbelievable, AJ. It was fantastic.
And the decoration.
It really was.
See, that's so Instagrammable.
I think it was closed as well, and we went and you were like, we all need some food, so we managed to get some food there one time as well.
We've got a health restaurant chain now called Skinny Kitchen. Well, it's been going for years now. So we've got 2 of them in Ibiza, and there's one in London actually, in Islington.
Oh,
that's Skinny Kitchen. Yeah.
So what made you do a health restaurant? Just thought to yourselves.
Well, we were approached by a guy called Joel Belgium. He had the idea. He was already starting to do it, and he wanted to expand quicker. And he brought the idea to us, and we invested in it. And
And then big puts as well.
Big puts, yeah. I'll do that with my son Sean and Callum Best.
Yeah.
We're partners. It's nice doing it with my mate Callum, and obviously Sean's so I've got Dwayne, who's 40 this year. Sean, I think Sean's 37, and so he runs the business. With big puts. He's amazing.
So what is that? It's a mini golf place.
It's like a modernised version of mini golf. You know?
Yeah.
You see them popping up in America and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that opened last year. Opened very late. It did okay, but this year's going to be a lot much better.
Yeah.
The venue wasn't quite finished last year, but so that's exciting. Yeah, we've got quite a few bits going.
So in reality, this is sort of the proper opening.
Then we've obviously got Linikers and Ithaca.
Ithaca, forgot about Ithaca. Yeah.
But you need like a WhatsApp list of all of them.
You're already pissed for the time you go into. You can't remember.
That is so true, Wayne. It normally is.
Yeah, but yeah, Ithaca's good. Yeah.
Considering all these amazing opportunities and positions you're physically placed in, especially Ibiza, is there something or a location that you want? For a club,
dream location, Wayne.
It may be a restaurant, maybe
in Ibiza.
To be honest,
Anywhere
anywhere
in
is
the
an
world.
open-ended question.
Forget about Dubai.
Probably Miami.
Absolutely unbelievable.
That
is a
would
great
be-
idea.
But which is on the agenda, but
Yeah.
for maybe 226, 227.
Especially that scene, the way that, especially the
And Vegas.
American people moving. Oh,
Unbelievable. Could see one in
Miami, Vegas, Bali. I think they're the three we're looking at.
Oh, Bali, more of a chilled vibe.
No.
Vegas.
No,
24 hour.
Seminyak in Bali it's crazy. Like
I've never actually
I
been,
stayed
so
in
I don't know.
Tulum,
Potato Head
Mykonos.
Hotel.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know. But yeah, we'll see.
the trendy place that people
So
go.
the aim is to constantly just still expand it really and try and bring that magic to other places.
Yeah.
A lot more air miles for Wayne.
A lot, yeah.
You got your Amex card.
Well, this year it looks like I'll be 365 pool parties in 365 days.
You know what? That doesn't sound too bad.
Because straight from Ibiza
Yeah.
to Dubai,
Yeah.
and then Dubai, and then as soon as Ibiza opens again, I'll be back in Ibiza.
How'd you do it? How like
Wayne's asking himself, how do I do it?
But even mentally on all the restaurants and but like that's like a list of checklists. Do you have a routine, a schedule in your head? Like you,
I don't do anything.
you've set it up
I
to
don't
be
do
done
anything.
for you.
Everything's done by
You look good.
the partners, and obviously I was the beginning of it.
You're
and,
instrumental. Without you at the beginning, it's not there.
I laid the foundations to what we have now, really. But
Yeah, but the thing is, Wayne, if you do say about any of these places, your name will be like your name comes up with it. So Ocean Beach, people think Wayne Liniker.
Yeah.
Like you have developed and created such I'm going to say an amazing image of yourself to create so much money from that image as well. Like people want to come and have a photo with you. They want to come to Ocean Beach to see you. They want to be around you. You have made yourself into a money-making machine. Wayne.
That's all happened by accident, really, just because of me having a good time.
I would say it's as well as from when you were young, you had to learn to talk.
But you've
to
taken
the
them
fruit
opportunities.
Well,
market.
that's
You had to
exactly
learn.
the biggest education I've ever had is from the markets, because I said there's one thing that it taught me more than anything is how to deal with the public and what they want. What do the public want,
It seems to be the more and more you talk, the more you kind of like, okay, I'm seeing a gap in the market, or
Really is.
being open to the opportunity on a global side. Even like, because we do a lot with FINT and financial investment, and even talking about the way that America's moving, the way that people move in out of, say, Los Angeles, going more really East Coast for tax purposes, into Miami and into Texas. And like people, you think Bali's so close now, it always seems to be a destination going through.
But
it ticks all them boxes.
But resorts change, I mean, I've got, like I say, I used to have 11 Linikers. I've got 4 or 5 now.
Yeah.
Because the ones that we used to be thriving, like IronMarket, for example, waste of time now.
Yeah.
there's no one goes there anymore.
But as a business
Not like
decision,
it
you
used
have
to
to
be,
say no to something,
So
don't you?
resorts change, trends change, but Ibiza stood the test of time.
Ibiza is
Ibiza now is just, especially with social media, it's all over social media.
How are sales and everything for Ocean Beach this year?
Really good, yeah.
Looking good.
Yeah, about on par with last year, which was, we couldn't even think it could ever get that busy. But
yeah. Well, it was after we've had some awkward years, haven't
yeah,
we? Lockdown,
yeah.
COVID.
Yeah, as soon as, 2023 was great.
Actually, how was COVID for you? Like, what happened to
Beat
Ocean
us up,
Beach?
completely beat us up. We got all these, all
All
our
your
businesses
businesses were just-
hospitality, just crushed,
Was the worry at all that any of your businesses may have actually not made it
I
through
mean,
this?
we were lucky because we were in the background quite financially strong.
Yeah.
I mean, there's businesses, that have just opened, not my businesses, but they haven't got any backing, and all of a sudden they've got no clients.
Were
They've got to pay the rent, they've got to do this, they've got to do that. It's just too much.
You can't do it.
Were there some good opportunities that you had the opportunity to fundamentally? Unfortunately, they're in a bad situation, but they're in a nice location.
Yeah.
You
Buy
could
them.
take them over.
Well,
Because it's unfortunately, that's just business.
No,
Like,
true, it is.
It's what I would do.
Yeah.
well, yeah, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, it was COVID was bad, terrible. I mean, one particular day, it just called quarantine. This is 2022, I think. It was in August 2022. It was on a Tuesday. Kistria, normally completely full. Can't get out of bed. You cannot get out of bed. It's impossible. And everyone's. I thought I'd drive by. I thought I'll go in because I didn't like to go in because it broke my heart. I've walked in there, 7:00 at night. Normally everyone's on the just dancing,
Wild.
Yeah.
The music's going, and I walked in. There's 14 people in there.
Shouldn't even laugh, Wayne. But I know how that
14 people, 2 beds taken,
Yeah.
nobody else in there. I just got in my car, cried my eyes out.
It's out of your hands, though. That's such a... It was a unique time of the world.
It wasn't just the financial side of it. It's the fact that the memories people were not having.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You go in there, you just have the best time of your life, and it's all taken away from them.
People have lost
that
2 years
gives
of
me
their
more
life.
buzz than any financial. You're walking in there, everyone's so happy and they're all so grateful. It's just so nice. And then, bosh, gone. Nothing.
That seems to be the recipe from what I've been hearing from everything you do. The recipe to your success is ensure that people are having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In whatever it is they're doing, whether it's playing
absolutely,
golf, whether it's drinking,
Yeah.
whether it's partying, whether it's doing charity work. Make sure people are having the best time.
Yeah. And walk away with the best memories.
Yeah.
Because obviously you want people to talk about the holiday when they get back and, and just have great memories of their times in any of our businesses. And, it's nice.
And you get to treat yourself now, Wayne. Now that you've been in this industry for a long, long time, I've got to ask, do you treat yourself every now and again? Now?
What is there something that you like?
No, the
Cars
reason I'm
or-
asking
or
is because he's got a lovely
watches
watch
or-
on his wrist and he
or-
owns my dream car. That's the reason I'm asking this. He owns a Bentley Continental GT.
Yeah. I mean, it's, I'm not really, I do like to treat myself, of course.
Yeah, it's good. You should.
But yeah, I mean, like I say, COVID really battered us financially. So it's took me till now really to get back to a nice financial position again. But
I know it's only onwards and upwards then.
yeah, as long as no more COVID comes, we'll be good.
Don't, Wayne. I don't think the world can cope with it.
I don't think that situation just will never happen again. I feel like the people
Never
in
say
themselves.
never, but I just don't
No, but
think
there'll be a
will.
revolt. Like people would not
There will
sit down and lock the doors and stay. It's not going to happen again. Certain people, yes, but too many people would not abide by that.
I genuinely think people still would because it would be done like
Not
this.
enough people.
It would be done like so. We're just going to lock down for 1 week, okay?
And then as soon as that happens,
And
hell
then
no.
It'll become 2 months.
No.
And that's how it
Just-
would. So people would.
Let's
just
not
settle
talk
into
about
it.
this.
Let's not talk about conversation.
Give me heart palpitations thinking about it.
I call it cope.
I do have one question. When you see, like, obviously you've got, it's a crazy day, like all your beds are ticked off and full. when you see these people ordering all the bottles and kind of fundamentally having a great time with their friends, family, whoever it may be, do you always think financially, like, where are they getting their money from sometimes? Like, should they be saving their money or should they be coming to have a good time? Do you have a split personality? Because this is something for me personally, like, I want to go out and have a great time, but sometimes like, oh, things it's a harder time, or it's not, or it isn't. You don't know their position.
With the holiday industry, with the industry that we're in, I don't think all these, like if everything's struggling in England and people are like panicking, they're not going to be able to do this, not going to be able to pay the bills, and it never affects Ibiza or holiday resorts.
Yeah.
Because people still go on holiday.
It's a priority.
And they just want to forget everything.
Yeah.
They'll go, right, I'm going with a couple of grand. I'm going to spend it.
And do you think that's what's changed now? Do you know how you said people go on holiday used to for 2 weeks, said plan it out and this and that. And it's changed now to a 4-day holiday.
It's so different now.
Where they spend the exact same money as that 2-week holiday.
Yeah.
They just do it in a shorter period.
Yeah. Or split it between 2 holidays a year, 3 holidays a year.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's changed. But no, I don't feel sorry from spending the money. If that's what you mean.
I was going to ask, would you, AJ? Like, if you owned a club and they were buying drinks,
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. They've obviously saved up for it, and that's what they want to do.
No, I think like the one thing, they're coming to a place, they're spending their hard-earned money on something that they know they're going to have a great time.
Yeah.
They're going to be treated well, and they're going to create memories for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
I think it's important that people do reward themselves. I'm just sometimes it's just different sides. You see both sides, don't you?
Yeah, true. I feel you.
It's a funny one, but it's like I say, it's never really affected the holiday industry.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever will.
No. Well, people
Never.
they just won't go on holiday, so it won't be. They just wouldn't go. Like it's the people that go out there are ready to have fun out there, and that's that. Yeah. How's the fitness side coming along, Wayne? How's the shoulder?
It's good. It's good. I'm back in the gym.
Back in the gym.
Because I think it must have actually been when we first met each other. That was when it was when your shoulder was in a bad state.
I should have probably mentioned this story at the beginning. Curtis has just received a pair of glasses off Wayne that Curtis lost and broken. How many years ago, Curtis?
Yeah, like
2 years ago.
Yeah.
See, but Wayne's a great guy and still brought them back for you, Curtis. Made it happen and fixed them for you.
Yeah, that was possibly me at
I
one
think-
of your
I think-
bars.
I
Wayne.
think
The reason
you-
Wayne had it
You
because I
stood
was
on,
at
I
Liniker's.
think you at Liniker's stood on the bar top, dancing
Yeah.
away. You had one of your arms fell off, but I picked it. I had the arm, didn't I?
Yeah.
So I took them off you and gave them to my PA, and he sent them off. And 2 years later, I finally remembered to give them you.
Finally, literally, the amount of times I've come as well.
Nice Cartier, by the way.
And that's the thing. They
Few
were the
quid
most
there.
expensive. I bought them glasses, actually not long after coming off Love Island, like the first time I started earning a bit of money and stuff. And they were the most expensive glasses I've ever bought. We won't talk about the price.
I know the price.
Does he tell you off, does he?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
He does, Wayne, yeah.
I was saying, if you had that and you put that money into
An investment portfolio.
a
All that.
structured, well-structured ETF, you'll be making money on that each year.
And it is true.
Well,
and
you're like my son to me, Dwayne. He's
Good. We'll go for
Dad,
dinner with him,
Dad, you can't-
and you two can go to a
you
beach.
You don't need that, Dad.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
need that.
Yeah.
Like,
hindsight, though, I do look at it now, and one, don't get me wrong, I've had amazing memories and stuff, and I would not have put my money in anything different than their memories. But there is a lot of stuff which I do regret spending my money on, wasting money.
of course.
And I do wish I'd done what you said, AJ. Put it into a well-structured ETF, put it into these things, because over the years that I've done it, it would have come up to a very nice lump sum of money.
I know it would have.
Yeah. Compounding interest. But you live and learn, don't you?
But you wouldn't have had that memory at Liniker's.
Yeah. Oh, no, Wayne, that money's always going back to Liniker's. I'm always coming back there.
But yeah.
Honestly, I'm so excited to see the growth of kind of Ocean Beach, especially Dubai is going to be epic and where
That'd
it
be
can
awesome.
go.
That'd be awesome.
And I can't wait to see that limited edition merch. Boom.
Yes.
Cracking idea, that.
Great
Little
idea.
local
I just
artist,
think
get
it's just
something
like
on.
great idea.
guaranteed.
24 edition, 25 edition, 26.
Every
years to
time
come.
we host festivals, the thing that sells out first is merch,
Yeah,
and especially limited edition merch.
So merchandise has changed a lot over the years in bars as well. Because I used to sell like 500 t-shirts a day out of Liniker's during the World Cup years ago. Yeah, every day. People you queuing outside to get an Italia 90 t-shirt.
It's mental, that.
Yeah, mental. Yeah, I was like just earning a fortune off t-shirts, and that's before the bar opened. And and now nothing. We hardly sell any Liniker's shirts, or but back then everyone used to come on holiday and get the T-shirt, but now they don't.
I think that's why it has to be limited edition. It has to be signature to that season. Because if it's just standard T-shirt, we never do it.
Because I do this thing, don't I? Where if you can get it out, it's yours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They get stopped all the time.
I was so like, why am I being searched?
It's so difficult to get it out now. But I say, if you can get it out, you can have it.
You'll be more likely to walk out of one of the beds than a blooming orange colour. Yeah. But I do have to say, Wayne, the places, all the businesses that you have, they're amazing places. They're warm in the welcome.
And I love it. You've got a full turnover of kind of like you can go out, enjoy the club. You can eat dinner there. You can wake up. You can have a healthy meal again. You can go putting in the day if you want. You've got it in a full circle. It's bloody brilliant.
I got to pay for a thing.
Yeah.
Wayne, thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, thank you.
It.
You know I love you to bits. It's been great to chat with you again.
You too.
And you'll be shooting off to the world of sun very shortly.
I'm quite happy we've caught you now because by sounds of it, we'd lose you for the next
forever.
Next year. We'd have to travel to Ibiza or Dubai to get you.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Well, actually, I haven't been to Dubai yet, Curtis. We do need to do that.
We'll do a part 2 record in a year's time or something.
We will do
out in Dubai. Or
we'll do it in Dubai.
Yeah, that would be sick.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. That will. Yeah.
But
that to happen.
Our cameraman in the back, Mitch, has just gone.
He's been like,
yeah, good idea.
But yeah, thanks for having me, guys, and appreciate it.
No, thank you, and thank you to open up and talking about your stories and the parts that I find most interesting is like how somebody gets to the position they are now. Yeah, it's thank you for your time.
Thanks, guys.
Loved it.
It's nice to see, just that other side of things, literally, because
I'm broken.
You're non-stop, Wayne. You really are. People they see passing, they see this and that. They don't realise all the hard work that's gone in behind the scenes and stuff, you know.
Yeah,
the constant hard work.
In the past, there's been a lot of work,
And I know you closely, so I see all of that and everything. So, yeah. It's cool.
Good man.
Thanks for taking care of him when he's abroad.
Yeah.
It's honestly one of my favourite moments when he walks in the venue.
Chaos starts.
The first thing he asks him to do is a little dance.
Yeah.
On that note, we turn the cameras off now.
Come on, guys.
Whoa.
Let's sit down.
I'm hoping that camera's on us,
Just before we go anywhere, thank you very much for listening to Freedom Impact Trust. We love your feedback, so please do leave a review because it helps others find us, doesn't it, Curtis?
Yes, it does. Comment, subscribe, like, share it to a friend. Let everybody in the world know that this is the podcast that you're enjoying, and let us know what you loved about it. We enjoy talking to you guys. We enjoy having fun, and we can't wait to see you and hear you on the next episode.
Plus, we want to thank our sponsor, FINT, the financial investment app, making investing easy from as little as £50 a month. You guys are awesome. We love you. We're part of you.
Don't forget, it's all through 3 portfolios, AJ. Nice and simple.
I know. Have a great day.
See you later, guys.